Okay, I've got what I think is an interesting topic. I'll run it up your flagpole and see what you think. And the topic this week is perhaps the most healing idea or concept or practice. I wonder if you guys can hear me. Could you send me a text and let me know if you hear me, please? Hello again. Okay, now I have 4 minutes. Anyway, here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about your default mode network. Your default mode network. What in the hell are you talking about, Greg? Well, neuroanatomists and neuroscientists have discovered in about the last 10 to 14 years this part of our brain that they refer to as the default mode network. Why would I bring that up? Because it could be one of the most incredibly important discoveries ever in the history of neuroscience and neuroanatomy and its influence upon us. So this discovery happened when there was a great deal more use of MRIs for brain disorders. Obviously, there are a lot more MRIs than they used to be, and so thousands and tens of thousands of more MRIs of the head than there used to be. And scientists doing these MRIs for a host of purposes discovered something. They discovered that when people were relaxed inside of an MRI, which is in and of itself a noble accomplishment, when people were simply relaxed and their brain was on idle, people's brains would resolve down to a very habitual mode of operation. And it was observable based on which parts of the brain lit up. In other words, when we relax, our brain falls into a particular pattern that is as dependable as the sun going up and the sun going down every single day. And this was a stunning discovery because what it revealed is that at the depths of our brain is a particular way of perceiving or a particular wiring that's there all the time, and there's nothing you can really do about it. And that's the end of the story. And if you got a good brain, good for you. And if your brain got misshapen a little bit early on, well, too bad, because your default mode network is not going to change. End of story. Well, maybe not. That's the materialist take. The spiritualist take, if you're a spiritual person, is that our brains and our nervous systems can be changed, adjusted, and altered in nothing less than miraculous ways. So the assignment this week is the way that you find your default mode network and what it's doing to you or for you is when you close your eyes, you simply go into the deepest felt sense of existence that you know. When you close your eyes and become calm and still, you feel into the most essential, fundamental, unmistakable way that your life feels to you. Now, yogis say that life at its very core feels like Sat Chit Ananda, ever conscious, ever aware, ever new bliss. Another way of saying it from another spiritual program is that our natural state of being is happy, joyous, and free. Now, here's the question. When you honestly and authentically go inside of yourself and feel for the innermost feeling of your life, do you feel happy, joyous, and free? Do you feel blissful and euphoric and love? If you don't, then our default mode network is affecting our reality. And this simple internal exploration, examination, inventory, if you will, of what your own deepest felt sense of being is. Now, one person, their deepest felt sense of being might be peace or joy or calm or interest. Someone else's could be resentment, anger, injustice, betrayal, guilt, shame. In other words, That's what life feels like. That's what it's always felt like. No matter what else happens, the default mode network is running. Now, here's what I'm saying. Here's the profound nature of the teaching this week, as I see it. If you access your default mode network and honestly observe it with deep compassion, deep witnessing, and deep observation, you will alter and heal, or God will, so to speak, this deepest part of our brain. I personally cannot go into the depths of my deepest brain and rewire it, but I know that my higher power can, and I know that observing it can change it a little bit at a time. Anyway, this is a big topic. Take what you've heard so far. The practice is, what does your life feel like to you at depth? And is that a familiar feeling? And is it working for you? See you tomorrow.